Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is Mini-B On-Road Season 4 Episode 5, where we're going to take what once was an RTR Mini-B, tune it, and get that onto the podium of our Maritime Championship on-road race. Now, in last week we had pretty good success. We got this as a TQ in our group, finished second, just from some bobbles, but I think we're on the right track of getting to the top of the podium consistently. In today's video, I was just preparing the car for this week's race. Is the holiday special, which is a fun race that we do, kind of the mid-year club race where we celebrate the Christmas holidays, and then we take our little break before we're back in January for some more racing. So it's going to be a fun little race, but I wanted to prep the car and do well in it. So, end of last race, we found, and I was asking for some input, where the car has got an on power push. And what that means is we saw coming on to straightaways, when those tires are turned, seemed to be pushy. The tires were turned, but yet the car was still being pushed straight. And coming into the big long sweeper at the end of the straight, you turn the wheel and it just wouldn't come around. So I was looking for more steering in those two places. And this is what I've come up with. Kind of dug back to the books, went through my touring car racer's guide, went through my off-road racer's guide, and looked what could be adjusted for the understeer condition, especially on power understeer. That really wouldn't affect much else on the car. And I come up with adding additional anti-squat to the rear. And what anti-squat is, and I'll just take the tire off and we can take a quick look. What anti-squat is changing the hinge pin to be at more of an angle. So what I have on my car, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but we did show these before, I have the Lowe's adjustable C block and D block. And you can see that I have mine currently set, I adjusted it just a moment ago to full anti-squat, which is about 4 degrees. So you can see that the arm is actually turned, and I actually had to file down on the inside of this arm a bit for clearance purposes so it wouldn't rub the chassis. I had to file down the chassis. So what anti-squat will do, and I've seen it in those books, is referring to trading your rear grip for steering. So what happens is, on power, the angle of that arm will cause the rear end to spring up or to be raised as it's driving. And when it's raised with the rear higher, it puts a bit more weight on the front, and it will help with that understeer condition. Now I'm going to combine that. I've been talking to some racer friends and figuring out what else can be done, and what we've decided on is a bit of droop in the front, removing some of the droop. I've been testing with my gauge, my ride height gauge, and when I lift the front of the car, statically I have about, say, 8.5 millimeters of ride height. But when I raise the front of the car, it gets to about 11 millimeters. So that means I have 4 millimeters of droop. So on power, the front lifts up, and that lifting up transfers the weight to the rear instead of the front, and that would take grip away from the front. So what I'm going to do is put some limiters inside the shocks. I'm going to measure those. I think it's going to be about 2 millimeters I'm going to put in addition to the limiters that are already inside, just to remove some of that droop or the up travel. So on power, it won't come up as much. It'll keep the weight on the front, not transfer to the rear, and in that way we'll have a bit more on power steering And those two changes, the anti-squat and the droop in the front, don't affect the overall geometry of the car, which means I should be able to keep my existing handling characteristics through the infield and the slower sections that it has now. Should just affect the on power high speed sections. So let me get those changes made and I'll get right back to you. We'll take a look and we'll head to the track. See you in a few. Okay, here we go, racers, at the Christmas special. See Christmas corner in the center of the track. Far corner is Santa Sweeper. And here we are racing on the CRC gray carpet. Here we go, give you an idea of what we're racing on. The CRC gray is before the black. And here we are, Mini-B in the pits, charging at 4.5 amp. We do have the rear anti-squat set with the C block set as high as it would go. The D block set as low, that gives you about 4 degrees. Put the 1mm spacer inside the shock for a total of about 6mm in the shock. And that gives about 3mm of up travel. Trying to reduce that on power push. So far things are going good. Took first in the first qualifier. So stay with us, we'll see how we do in the final. Well, here we are, racers. A-Main holiday special. You can see on the track this week we have a Christmas tree dead center, that's Christmas corner, and in the top right we have Santa Sweeper with some presents on the outside of that corner. My car is dead center of the straightaway, right beside the Christmas tree. The yellow car qualified third. Had a great run in Q1 where I had the TQ temporarily. Q2 everybody was fast. I got bumped to third. And in Q3 I had a disastrous qualifier. Destroyed the front of the car, had to rebuild shocks, fix steering blocks, just in time for this main. And here we go. You see right off the start the green car did tap, moved to second temporarily. Working my way through Santa Sweeper, through the infield, a little bit of a bobble in the infield. Managed to hold second, but the cars are pushing hard behind me. Coming now through another little bobble, trying to give this race away. So moved from second place back to fourth. So far, slow start, few little bobbles early on. Just goes to show another little bobble. Mini-B is such a tough class. It's kind of like a Schrodinger's cat. You're never out of it in Mini-B, but at the same time, one corner later you could be out of it with a little bobble. Tough class to be in. So let's just follow around in fourth, going through Christmas corner, under the bridge, chicane onto the straight, through Santa Sweeper, back to that chicane infield, Christmas corner and under the bridge. And after all that foolishness and bobbling, the two cars in front of me, the black and white and the orange and blue, are second and third. Oh, black and white taps the corner, moving me up to third. So let's just take stock as to where we are. So first place is just going under the bridge now. Second place going under the bridge, and third is my car onto the straight. So after a rough start, starting to put the head down, bringing back positions. Oh, top left, we see a little bit of a clumsy incident there. Ended up passing, moved back to second. So that's why I say you're never out of it in Mini-B. Just gotta put your head down. The cars are a little bit finicky to drive. Let's follow around, see where first place is. He's coming onto the straight now, and I'm coming onto the straight. So a full straightaway lead between first and second. I'm trying to concentrate on that coming onto the straight. Looks like I made a little bit of a top by Santa Sweeper, another bobble. Doing everything I physically can to not win this race. let's get back into it. Get the head in the game. Up through Christmas Corner, under the bridge, coming onto the straight. Now the car is actually handling fairly well, considering it had a hasty rebuild between qualifier 3 and the main. The front shock wasn't exactly as I wanted it to be. I did have a spare in the kit, but unknown shock oil in it and unknown droop in it, so it's working way better than expected. So let's just keep into it. Leader going under the bridge. Yellow car under the bridge, onto the straight, through Santa Sweeper, through the chicane, down through Christmas Corner and back under the bridge. So a decent lap there. Trying to make some inroads into to gain on the leader. Let's just follow this track around. Now the leader coming through. He's now going through the chicane by Christmas Corner under the bridge. I'm now going through Christmas Corner and under the bridge. But top right, we see the leader tag the Santa Sweeper corner. Marshall was bobbling with his car a bit, and that has allowed me to get into first place. So gone from third back to fourth, second, and now leading the race. So let's just follow around here and see how we're doing. Oh, we see a car behind. The orange and blue car snuck through there, had a little bit of awkward entry into that chicane, and he managed to pass. Now in my mind, I was thinking, well, this might not be too bad. I'll follow around, and if he bobbles again, well, maybe I'll get that first place back. So here we go through Christmas Corner, under the bridge, onto the straight. Now notice behind me, orange car with white ring. Oh, another bobble. And the orange car and the white wing has gone by. So now I've moved from the leading this race back to third. And there we go again. You're simultaneously in the race and out of the race. But a lot of lead changes here. Now the blue car, the orange and blue seems to be pulling away. There's still a chance for some redemption on to try to catch that orange car with the white wing. And the green car right behind, he's in play too. So let's keep an eye on how things are going here. Onto the straight, around Santa Sweeper, through Christmas Corner, trying to gain on that orange car in second. A little bit of a push wide there at the bottom right, through Christmas Corner, under the bridge. Now the green car, watch the center of the straight. He's stopped. His battery has dumped. The Marshall did not pick him up, left him in the track, had to avoid him, and that gave some precious space on that last lap, and that allowed the orange car to grab second. I finished third, and the orange car with the blue body, he came first. So congrats to the racers. Quite a lot of excitement in that particular race. Like if you like this type of thing, comment. Maybe you have some ideas where you think this car can be improved, and let me know in the comments what you think I could do for adjustments. And subscribe. If you like this type of thing, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.